Hello, today is 7/28 of 25 and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. It is currently 10 a.m. and I have made myself some coffee. So I use 2 shots of espresso, 1 cup of silk unsweetened coconut milk, a serving of collagen peptides, and a serving of Naked Whey Isolate protein powder. And then I've also added something to help with like muscle recovery. Um, because I do kind of train so hard. Like I just do a lot, and I do strength training and HIIT workouts and cardio. So I just want something to help preserve my muscle, like make sure that I'm not losing it. So I've decided to add creatine to my daily routine. So I have added that into my coffee too. It's a really fine powder. Like it's like powdered sugar is kind of the consistency of it. I don't know if it has any flavor to it. It shouldn't have any flavor to it, but I'll see. And honestly, I have so much in my coffee, even if it does have a flavor, I might not taste it anyway, but I'll check it out. I did also add a packet of there we go, salty brand electrolytes. This is Coco Loco flavor. I like the Coco Loco with the coconut milk. I just think that it's got a really nice flavor. Yeah, I don't really taste a difference, so that's just fine. Now, when you take creatine, from what I understand, it helps to load liquid fluids into your muscles, which is what can help preserve them. But that means that you need to drink more because you're like holding on to more water and not getting the water like in the other places. It's going into your muscles. So I have my handy water bottle here. I'll make sure that I am drinking plenty today. Um, in my last video, I talked about how we were going to a family get together and I was going to make a couple dishes to take with me, and I had hoped to record them. I didn't record them because I was having such a sweet time with my daughter. We were playing games as we were working in the kitchen, and I just didn't want to stop that or disrupt it to like record. So I will leave a link to both of the recipes in the description below. But I'll just tell you what I think of them. One was for a French custard dessert with blackberries. It wasn't very good. Like it was okay. It just tasted like sweet and really nothing else. Even like the blackberries were pretty muted. I added some salt to it, which helped. Like I just sprinkled salt on top of mine, but it wasn't very good. And then the other one that I made was a caramelized onion bacon dip that I served with celery sticks. It was amazing. Like everybody thought it was amazing. It was so good. Now, I know that for some people, like onions, oh, that's high carb. I wouldn't have it, right? And I totally get that. But not everyone is kind of on that journey. I was okay with eating some onion. And it was delicious. So I highly recommend that recipe. Or like maybe if it's not something you have all the time, but like you can fit some into your macros, it is fantastic. All right, I'll be back with what else I ate today. It is 12 o'clock and I'm getting ready to make my lunch. But first, I also had a donut this morning with my coffee. So this is from Conscious Comforts. They make gluten-free, sugar-free donuts. So they are made with, well, this is the orange cream one. The one that I had was a carrot one. I don't have that package anymore. But so it's made with almond flour, coconut flour, uh, organic vanilla protein powder, monk fruit sweetener, baking soda, baking powder, vanilla, olive oil, almond milk, egg replacer, orange, which wouldn't be in the carrot, it would be carrot, tofutti cream cheese, and then orange extract in this one. I don't I don't think there might be vanilla extract maybe in the carrot one, but very, very clean ingredients made from a local bakery. I love them. So I had that with my coffee. Like I said, it's noon. I'm getting ready to make my lunch. I'm going to make myself a Big Mac salad. So I cooked up yesterday 4 pounds of ground beef. It's 93% lean with one onion that I put in the whole 4 pounds. And I will just heat some of that up to put on my salad. But I need to make my sauce for the salad. So to make my sauce, I first need to make myself some mayonnaise. So I have 1 cup of avocado oil in my jar here. I'm going to add 1 large egg along with a pinch of salt and a half tablespoon of Dijon mustard. There we go. And then a tablespoon of lemon juice. So I'm just going to squeeze from my half of a lemon here. There we go. All right, and so I'm just supposed to let this sit for 5 minutes before I use my immersion blender to blend it all together. On top of my salad, I am going to chop up some pickles and some red onion. I could use fresh red onion, but I have this, so I'm going to use this. I'll probably just use maybe a half cup or so of romaine lettuce. I don't intend to use a ton of lettuce. And a little bit of cheese to go on top also. And I will finish my dressing here once my mayonnaise is done. It has been 5 minutes. I'm going to stick my immersion blender in. I'm going to turn it on. And I'm just going to let it sit here until it starts to kind of like create, well, you can kind of see it. So it's starting to get white. I'm just going to let this do this for a bit until quite a bit of it is white, and then I'll start moving it up and down. It really is pretty simple to make. Really, the worst part is cleaning up the immersion blender. All right, so then to make my sauce, the original recipe calls for 1.5 cups of mayonnaise, but we're not going to use that much sauce. So I'm just going to use maybe like a half cup of mayonnaise. I'll cut the recipe down a bit, and then I'll save the rest of this mayonnaise for other uses. All right, so I need some dill pickle in here. And actually, I think I'm just going to use up the rest of this. It might be a little pickly, but we like that anyway, so it's okay. And some mustard. There we go. And then some seasonings, some garlic powder, onion powder, oops, and paprika. And I'll just mix those all together and use it as my dressing. My salad is done. I used 8 raw ounces or 6 cooked ounces of my beef, a couple tablespoons of my sauce, probably a couple tablespoons of shredded cheese, half a cup of shredded romaine, my pickles, probably 1.5 baby pickles, and a little bit, probably like 6 slices of my onion. I'm gonna go eat. It is 2:30. I just got done doing cycling training on the bike in my basement. I did it for an hour, and I find that my legs don't burn as much as they have been. Now, I don't know if that's because of the time of day that I'm doing it. Usually, I don't do it until the end of the day, so maybe that's why. I don't know if maybe it's the creatine that I added to my coffee this morning. I don't think it reacts that quickly, but I could be wrong. I'm not a scientist. I don't know for sure. But just kind of something that I kind of want to note so that like if I am finding this trend on the creatine, okay, great. Or like maybe it is just the time of day. I'm really not sure. So my daughter is really sick today. Well, she's not really sick. She's just not handling being sick very well. So I can't really go anywhere. And so I'm going to do my leg training, strength training here at home. Um, and I would just skip it. Like, I don't have issues with skipping it if I need to. But one, I kind of have the time because I don't really have much else to do. And I skipped my leg training, my last leg training session, because we were out of town. So I do want to kind of make sure that I get it in. So my plan for today is to use my weighted vest as like the weight for my exercises. And I'm going to do a wall sit, which I'll do without my weighted vest on. But then I'll do walking lunges, curtsy lunges, um, and calf raises with the weighted vest. I'm going to do my step ups onto like a kitchen chair, but I'm not going to wear the weighted vest. Usually, when I do step ups at the gym, it's a 24-inch box that I step onto, and I only hold like, I think it's like 5 pounds in each hand. So carrying 36 pounds is what my vest is at right now. 36 pounds and trying to do the step ups, I'm just afraid that I'm gonna hurt myself. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do my regular step ups and it'll be fine. And then I do have some bands, so I'll use those to do some um, leg work. So I'll stand and just kind of like swing one leg out to kind of get some work on my outer thigh. And then once I'm done with all of that, then I will do 6 minutes of as many rounds as possible of reverse lunges without my weighted vest. None of this will be with the weighted vest on. Dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. So I do have some dumbbells here at home. I've got their 18-pound dumbbells. So I will do those dumbbell Romanian deadlifts with my dumbbells. And then lateral step out squats. So I haven't done those before, but basically you're in a squat position and then you step to the side and bring the other leg over, still all in the squat position. You just stay in that squat position and then you bring it back and then you bring it back. So that is my plan for my workout today. I am drinking my Body Armor Flash IV. I started drinking that after I did my cycle training. And then right after this, I am going to eat some carbs. I'm trying to make sure that my carbs are getting in like right after my workout to help replenish my muscles. And just that's when your muscles are going to kind of absorb those carbs rather than being more in like storage of those carbs. So that's when I want to eat my carbs. Whether I'll eat like my whole meal or not, I'm really not sure. My workout will probably take at least an hour, if not an hour and a half. It's 2:30 now. So like, and then I have to also take my son, my son to work. So I don't know if I'm going to eat my whole meal at the same time or if I'm just going to eat. I plan to eat some yogurt, some an Okios Triple Zero blueberry yogurt cup. That's what I plan to have for my carbs. I think there's 8 net carbs in that. And it's got protein in it too because it's Greek yogurt. So that'll be really good. I just don't know if I'm going to eat that at the same time as I also eat my meal, if I'll be able to get that in. But we'll see. So when I do my step ups, I do it against the wall here in case I ever have to catch myself. I have like the wall that I can grab. And I didn't realize how easy this chair would be. It's so much shorter than what I use at the gym. For my wall sit, I make sure that I'm at my 90-degree angle. I can go for at least a minute and a half to 2 minutes, but that's not necessary. You really just need to aim for 30 to 60 seconds. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this, and I'll probably just come up whenever I'm ready. I got my weighted vest on. I am going to do some calf raises first. So with this exercise, I will also only rest for a minute in between. On my step ups, I rested for 2 minutes in between because those are more of an explosive full body movement. So I just need a little more rest. But for these, I can just do, because your calves can recover fairly quickly. So I just need a minute in between. Okay, now I'm going to do my walking lunges. I've never done one with a weighted vest on, so I'm not sure how well this is going to go. I'm having trouble going as low as I usually do. I usually carry like 15 pounds in each hand. When I do these at max, and my vest is kind of getting in my way too. So these are definitely harder. Okay, for my next exercise, I'm going to do curtsy lunges. And these lunges they cause more strain on your knees. So I definitely want to have 2 minutes of rest in between each of these. We'll see how it goes with my vest on. Ooh. Yeah, doable, but definitely harder. All right, now I'm ready for my hip work, which I don't know if these are called adductors or abductors, but I only need a minute rest in between these. So I've got a black band, which is the heaviest band that I have. It's called extra heavy. I don't know what the weight measurement is. I think it's somewhere between like 40 and 50 pounds. And I'm just going to move my leg out. So, okay, now it's time for me to do my 6 minutes of as many rounds as possible. So I've got my timer set for 6 minutes. I'm going to do Romanian deadlifts with my dumbbells that I've got here, reverse lunges, and the squat step outs. I am done. Whew, that was a good workout. So I don't have time to make my dinner before I have to leave. So I'm just going to eat my Okios Pro yogurt and I'll be back with my dinner after I take my son to work. It is 4:30 and I am ready to eat my second meal of the day. So I have here a salmon pinwheel. It is stuffed with lobster. I have topped it with about a half teaspoon of butter. And then I have two Amy Lou sausage links. So this is andouille. It's chicken sausages. I love this brand because it's very clean and delicious. It's just made with chicken, water, and then spices, and then lamb casing. And that's it. There's nothing that I cannot pronounce on this list of ingredients. So it is fantastic. I will be back with what else I eat today because I definitely want to be eating some more. I am trying to eat at maintenance for a couple of weeks. I know that being in a deficit for like a really long period of time isn't helpful for your like muscle gain and things like that. So I want to try to incorporate like a week or two of like being at maintenance every like 6 weeks ish is what I'm looking at. And it's really just because I train so hard. I know that if I was fairly sedentary, maybe like I walk and do a little bit of strength training, then I wouldn't necessarily need that. But because I do so much, this is something I want to try and do to kind of help me make sure that I am maintaining my muscles. Okay, I'm done with that meal, and it really felt like a really small meal. There's only 3 ounces of salmon in that pinwheel. I'm hungry. So I'm going to have three sausage patties. This is my favorite brand that I can get from the grocery store, Purnell. And then I'm going to have 2 scrambled eggs to go with it that I'll cook in probably like a half teaspoon of butter. After I finished my eggs and sausage, I looked at my calories for the day and I still needed some more. So I ate another one of the Conscious Comforts donuts that's made with very clean ingredients for dessert. That was around 6 o'clock. So I ended up with a caloric deficit of about 200 calories, which to me is probably around even. Like we can't, like our food, when they write out the nutritional information, they're allowed to be off by up to 20%. So it's not going to be exact. The ground beef that I had isn't necessarily going to have the exact same like fat protein ratio, every single time, things like that. So there is going to be like some discrepancies. There's also going to be discrepancies in like what I'm actually burning, right? Like my watch can't be exact. This is exactly how many calories that you burn today. So I feel like I'm like within the range. I'm still going to try to have some days where I have like maybe a surplus just to like kind of make sure that it's evened out, because like I said, I do want to kind of be at maintenance here for a couple of weeks. So I ended up with 2,400 calories. My protein is, I'm sorry, 202. My net carbs are 38 and my fat is 152. So I had a pretty good day today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.